Well, we need to do it. We have to talk about the infinite free money glitch from Chase. But I want to give you a warning that this is all happening over and over again. I'm going to break down what's going on, but we are now seeing many people are getting screwed because they went to Chase, deposited fake or fraudulent checks to take money out of the ATM machines. Well, they're getting hit hard now. I'm going to break all this down in just a moment, explain what went on, what many people did, what went viral on TikTok and on social media, but now why banks are cracking down on this and why some scammers and some so-called money experts are now trying to find the new way to get you free money. So I'm going to break all this down in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So is there really a thing as free money? Well, yes and no. In this case, the answer is no. Now, the other day, or actually over the weekend, you probably saw videos like this. Just look at this and let me know if you saw this exact same video. You probably saw videos like this of people that were leaving Chase Bank with just cash in their hand, right? A lot of it. And here's what went down. People would go to the ATM machines. They would write a fake check and they deposit it. That is check fraud. Okay, knowing that that check will not clear and it's fake, it's a fraudulent check. That is check fraud. Here in Washington State, you can get up to 1 year in jail and a $5,000 fine. I don't know what it is in other states, but I know what it is here. Now, why is this so important, and why would I even bring this to your attention when this is just downright fraud? Here's why. Because now experts are saying that this is turning into a trend. How can you get free money? How can you go to an ATM machine or a business or wherever and get free money? How could you knowingly do that? Well, let's explain what went down first. People would go into Chase Bank or go in an ATM and they would deposit a check, let's say for like $30,000. So they deposit a check for $30,000. Well, what would happen in some banks if you have a higher ATM limit? And all you got to do with Chase is request it. So if you had, let's say, no limit or a high limit, you could actually request, let's say, $5,000. And Chase could give you that through an ATM machine. This works for people that are traveling abroad. Is what if you need more than $200 or $300, what their normal limit is? Well, you ask to increase it on your card. That's it. But this is what happened. People would go deposit a check. The ATM slip would say, okay, we deposited your entire check. Well, this only worked for a day or two, and then it went viral. Then Chase said, nope, we're not going to do this. Now we will give you $100, and the rest of your money is going to be on hold for potentially 3 to 4 days until that check clears. Well, guess what? People still went to the banks. Just look at this right here. Okay, I want to play you this clip because I think this is very interesting as well. Look at this.
Niggas is lined up.
People are lined up outside this ATM, this Chase ATM, trying to get some money. That's what they're doing. Now, my guess is, and this was just from a few days ago, my guess is these people are trying to do the same thing. You know why? Because a few days ago was not a great payday, right? On a Saturday, right? Sunday. Again, that's not the day to go and, cash your paycheck, right? And my guess is this is Saturday, right? Because banks, they wouldn't have been open on Sunday, right? Labor Day, probably not. So again, Saturday. But look what Chase put out. Look at this. It says Chase warns against using system glitch to filch cash. It's fraud, plain and simple. But this is why I want to bring this to your attention. Okay? Look at this right here. It says viral Chase Bank glitch isn't the hack people thought it was. It says how financial stress contributes to poor decision making and how to avoid it. This is the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention today. Because as people struggle to have money, they struggle to work more hours, to save a little bit, to pay off their debt, to get out of an auto loan, right? To get a better apartment, to buy new clothes, to go on vacation, whatever they need to do. As people attempt to do this and attempt to secure more money, they are going to fall victim to many of these scams. Now, this wasn't a scam per se. This is just people on TikTok telling you to go out there and contribute to check fraud, right? But here's what happened. People would go and pull out, let's say, $5,000 in cash. Okay, some ATMs allowed them to do that. So they'd pull out, let's say, thousands of dollars in cash. Well, then the bank would, and chances are this morning, a lot of it's coming true, that the bank is now running those checks, realizing they're fraudulent checks. There's no money there. And so now they're trying to reverse it. Well, as the banks reverse it, now what's going to happen is you're going to see a negative balance of all the cash that you pulled out of your account. So let's say you had $1,000 in your account before, and then you deposited a $30,000 check. You would have had $31,000. Well, then, let's say you pulled out $5,000. Well, technically, you would have had $26,000 left. But then the negative check, the $30,000 comes off, and so now you're negative $4,000. And the bank wants that money immediately. They're not trying to give you a loan for the next 2 years as you pay it off little by little. No, they want that money immediately. Now, I want to read you something. Look at this right here. It says this is not the first time viral social media has nudged consumers into poor financial decision making. However, major examples include the pyramid schemes like the viral blessing looms and money circles, PPP loan fraud schemes, cash app scams, and etc. This is something that we've seen many times before. These are just a few, okay? But this is the reason why I think it's such a big deal, because people are now being forced to make these terrible financial decisions. Just look at this. It says the impact of financial stress on decision making. 47% of Americans say money is negatively impacting their mental health, says a survey conducted by Bankrate. It says financial stress specifically can induce behavior that regulates individuals' exposure to that stressor. Now, here's a problem. Experts believe we are only going to become even more stressed regarding money because our credit cards are maxed out, right? Trying to buy a home for many people has become almost improbable. It's very difficult for them to do. Trying to pay off a car or keep up with $800 car payments at a time where you're trying to pay down debt, you're trying to keep a roof over your head, trying to put food on the table, trying to pay off medical bills, right? All these things can become almost a burden to many people. But experts say that as we see people dip into harder and harder times, they are going to do some of these, questionable financial decision-making skills, or especially this one. Go and try to scam a bank, especially one of the biggest banks in the world, with JP Morgan Chase. Yeah, not smart. So, experts believe this is just going to come back. We are maybe not this Chase infinite money glitch. I don't think that one's coming back. I think that one's pretty much going to be, squashed here. But, and this is the troubling part, is I, and a couple of my accounts, have a very high limit that I can pull out. I believe, and again, it's still early. Banks aren't even open yet. This is Tuesday morning, day after Labor Day, so banks aren't open yet. But I have a very strong feeling if I go to the bank today, there's going to be a cap on how much money I can take out. But I will inform you guys if that is the case here pretty soon. But that is what we know as of today. So again, So I want to thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.